Gerald, welcome. And I believe that at this particular point, you will be providing us an overview for the afternoon.
Yeah, I will do that, I think, briefly because we are running a little bit late. But nevertheless, I will hijack the time now just to make two additional comments, if I may, just to pick up a couple of points that were raised in the discussion.
Please.
And I think also, as Katalin already pointed out in her slides, I think that discussion and cooperation between the two CSA and the preparation of the partnerships and UNISECO on the knowledge hub. And so I think that's a really important aspect. And I think while we are running this conference, I also see some emails emerging in my inbox that actually reflect that process that is ongoing now and will go on in the next weeks, I think, to do that in more detail. So I think that would be a very useful process that we would certainly welcome a lot. And the second point is on, I think the FAO was mentioned. Maybe just to add that colleagues from the FAO were also involved in UNISECO and the EU level map. Had attended a few workshops that we organized, and at that point in time, we in particular looked and updated each other on the sustainability assessment tools, which the TAPE tool from FAO and the different decision support tools we are using, and how we maybe can exchange case study findings between UNISECO and also the FAO tools and hub. So I think that's still something that is also ongoing, and when it comes to the hub, that we also will continue to pick up. I guess generally the FAO Knowledge Hub is maybe less of a European focus, but it's maybe more of a global focus, while ours so far is certainly European. I mean, it's a project initiative that has started to develop that. So, and the idea, as Jana said, with the CESA tool is to link and maintain it then also through the global tool of WWF. But I think that was just something I wanted to briefly outline and add to it. So thanks a lot for all the presentations and discussions, comments in the chat so far. I think there are many interesting points and open questions that we also can pick up in the afternoon in the various sessions. Now, I don't know, Efi, Alexandra, if there is a way of showing now that the platform hop in the where the sessions are and where the booths are. I think otherwise I will just explain this in a few words, and I think everybody, each participant sees on the platform where the different sessions are. And what we have set up for the afternoon is that we have 7 parallel sessions, and 4 of those sessions will capture insights from the different case studies. So there's session 1 that will have insights on the case studies from the Czech Republic, Finland, Latvia, and Lithuania. So it's mainly about dairy systems. Then we have a session 2. It's about intensive arable and livestock systems with case studies from Austria, Switzerland, Germany, and Hungary. We have a 3rd case study session where we have the Mediterranean perennial systems with case studies from France, Greece, and Italy. And we have a 4th case study session with the mixed farming systems from Romania, Scotland, Spain, and Sweden. And then we also have 3 further sessions that also we were referring to earlier already. It's the territorial level impacts. So on the presentation that Andreas and Adrian were showing, and to continue more insights into the territorial level work, also on the scenario development and some of the economic analysis done at territorial level. And we then have, as Jana also just explained, a session on the SESSA tool and a seventh parallel session on the multi-actor platforms and the role and experience of the multi-actor platforms in agro-ecological transitions. And we will run those sessions parallel from 2:30 to 3:30. We will then have half an hour break, and then we will run the sessions again from 4 to 5. So that each of you can basically freely choose which one to attend, and you basically have the choice. You can then in the second round attend, so that you can at least attend 2 sessions of those that we offer in those 2 slots in the afternoon. In parallel, we have a set of booths set up that you also can find further down, I think, on the conference platform. There is information booth for each of the case study, and also on the territorial level analysis, and on the SESSA tool, so on the different topics as well. And each of the booths is open basically now. You can also, if you have some spare time over lunch, of course, have a look at the information booth and already look, for example, at the story maps of the case studies that are shown there, or at the videos or interactive material or any other material that is uploaded there for you to access. So, for example, there's also more information on the territorial level analysis and the results in the booth there. Maybe just one point to explain, I think, in the case study booth, when you look at the story maps, I think the link to open the story maps is maybe a little small at the bottom of the pictures, just so that you are not looking too long until to find that link to open the story maps. Those information booths will remain available, of course, during the whole event, and whenever you have a moment, you can look at the different booths. The booth also have a chat box where you can leave any messages, comments, or questions that you have on the different case studies or the different topics. If we don't manage to pick those up during the conference, then again, I think we will pick those up in the report that we will write on the event. I think there was also a couple of questions in the chat, if I remember correctly, on recording. And just to I think we replied already in the chat to that, but just to say that all presentations will be available, of course, after the event. I think most of the presentations will also be available as a short video with the speaker's voice, so that those can also be listened to. But in any case, all presentations will be made available after the event. So in case I mean, we also realize 1.5 days is a long time for joining an event. So in case you have to drop out in between, the presentations will be available afterwards for you to have a look, and for many of them also to listen. I think that's probably all for the afternoon. Maybe just to again, I think, Kate, the idea is that at the start of the afternoon at 2:30, we start directly with the different parallel sessions. There is no plenary at the stage to kick off the afternoon. So participants are invited to go directly to the different sessions they would like to go to. And then the different session teams will kick off at 2:30. I think that's all probably from my side in terms of organizational issues and program in the afternoon. And then at the very end, I will still yeah, say a few words about the program tomorrow, but I think for now, that's it, Kate. So thanks again for a very interesting morning to everybody. And Kate, also thanks a lot to you already for for the facilitation of the morning, and to all the technical support and preparations to the Geonado team and in the background and on stage. And we will continue, I think, at 2:30 then, Kate.